Hey guys, Eric here. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. Before we tune in to the details today, I have one little favor I'd like to ask you. Are you listening to this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify? If you are, and if you haven't done it already, it would be so helpful to Anita and I if you could leave a 5-star review. It could just be putting 5 stars or even writing down something that you really enjoyed and learned from the episodes that you've heard so far. This kind of help would really improve our ability to give you better content and also to help other people find out about Taiwanica. So if you wouldn't mind taking just a few moments to do that if you haven't already, we would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much, and we really hope you enjoyed today's episode. I'm offending him.
You're offending him based on our traditions.
I'm so sorry.
That's right. That's why we have to do some ritual to be safe in the year.
So I have to go say sorry.
Basically.
For being me. I'm sorry. I'm me. Forgive me.
For being me?
Exactly.
This is episode 49, talking about Chinese and Western zodiac signs. Hello everybody, welcome to Taiwanica. I am Anita. Have you not joined our buymeacoffee.com? Join it now, become a Taiwanican. I am also a monkey Pisces. Today joining me will be a goat, Eric.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Eric. I am a Aries goat, and I am pleased to be here to talk about one of my personal topics, the astrology signs and how they're different between Taiwan and the USA. And if you want to know more about our personal Taiwan and American versions of zodiac signs, you can find out more on buymeacoffee.com/Taiwanica.
That's right. That's right. Speak of the Western zodiac signs. I think this is Eric's favorite topic of all time.
It's the easiest way for me to remember people.
He doesn't remember. I'm sorry. Let me say it again. He had a difficult time remembering people's faces and names, or they will put a wrong name into a different person. Like, Jessica's face put into Michael's name. Like, you will call Jessica Michael, whatever. But every time you're talking about zodiac sign, he remembers it, and you can test him by just name any random person, even like celebrity like Beyonce. He will tell you
is a Virgo.
Or there's a perfect example, Michelle Obama.
Oh, she's a Aquarius. No, she's a Capricorn.
Are you sure now?
Yeah, Capricorn.
Find out more. Buymeacoffee.com/Taiwanica. But anyways, I wanted to say that because it's very interesting. I remember our first date. He asked me what's your zodiac sign? And for my first reaction, of course I didn't say that, but my first reaction is this guy is trying to evaluate me. Because usually when we are on a date in Taiwan, we don't really talk about our zodiac signs.
Oh.
The Western zodiac sign, what I meant to say, Western zodiac sign. More likely will be girls who are interested in this topic. So we will getting together, having a coffee, or talking about, do you know, recently I found this man really attractive, and then we'll look up his information, on Facebook, which we did not recommend you to do that, but that's what girls are doing. We'll look up this man's, birth dates and say, he's an Aries? Oh, I don't think you should hang out with him or something like that. It's just kind of gossiping, fun topics to talk about. We don't really have serious topic about that. We just more like a chit-chat topic for girls to, have fun talking about guys. I'm pretty sure some guys also use that to talk about girls too, but, yes. But for sure, there are some Taiwanese people are really into these topics. They will be talking about that a lot. The Aries is not really, they are very sensitive. or they are very proud of themselves. Things like this. Definitely, there are some people are very into this topic.
Absolutely. And I think it's very similar in the United States, where you're going to have people who at least know the basics of their zodiac sign. They'll at least know their sign. So if you ask somebody, it's like, oh, what sign are you? Or what's your sign, baby? They will tell you, oh, I'm this. Whether they know what it means or not, that's a totally different story. But in the United States, everyone, especially women, generally have a sense of what each sign represents. So if you are a Virgo, for example, you are very detailed oriented. Or if you're a Leo, you're a people person. Or if you're a Cancer, you are someone who likes to stay home and keep a tidy environment. These are general traits that all of these specific zodiacs have, and everyone kind of knows this for each sign. But if you try to get any more detailed about it, people are going to be like, huh? Because there's so much that happens in it. And we'll dive into some of the little bits here, and we'll leave it for the further part of our episode. My big thing I wanted to ask Anita is, you mentioned this. What is a sign for Taiwanese girls that when they're looking up guys, what's a sign that is ideal?
That I do not know. And when we are talking about this, I have this really fun and interesting realizations. Like most of the time we use zodiac sign to, to say, for example, like something bad trait about this person. I was like, because it's a Virgo. Or like, usually we don't say something good about that. We don't say like you say detail orientated.
All of those.
Or, something like, he's just a homebody. No, usually we just he's a bad person. He likes to cheat on the girls because of he is a certain zodiac signs.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So it's really interesting. Now I noticed that for like the conversation or like when we were complaining about our husband or wives, my husband is so sensitive. He's Aries. Or the other person was like, what is his sign? Will be like this. And they will be like, oh yeah, the Aries I know is always like this, or things like that. So more like to find a common conversation. Just like you say, majority of the people know about the basic, some more significant trait about certain zodiac signs. So I think it's very interesting.
Yeah, it sounds like in Taiwan it's more focusing on maybe negative aspects of somebody when you're wanting to complain about a specific person. Oh, it's because he's a Scorpio.
This explains a lot.
Oh, it's because she's a Pisces. It's definitely an excuse.
It's just, more like this.
Helps you relieve the stress.
I feel like that, yes.
Okay, so it's just the yadi, the truth. Okay. Gotcha. No, that's totally understandable. In the United States, we definitely have that kind of aspect too, but we definitely try to expand it more as a way to do dating. Instead of talking about our ideals mates, we're more talking about it with someone in a date or when we're doing a icebreaker. So if I have like a girl who I'm really interested in, like Anita here, she just mentioned it. One of the first moves I did to start having a conversation with her was asking her sign. This is actually a very common first move in the United States. So a guy might ask you, oh, what's your sign, baby? And she'll be like, oh, I'm an Aquarius. And I'll be like, oh, wow. So you
is
are, that's female Eric coming out? That's Erica. Okay. Yeah. Erica's an Aquarius. Okay. So Erica is an Aquarius, so I would be asking Erica lots of different things about being Aquarius. So it's like, oh, are you very artistic? And she'd be like, how do you know? I'd be like, because you're an Aquarius. And so it would be like basically taking general traits of that sign and using it to your advantage.
It's more like a tool, like you're using it to get the girl's interest.
Yes, exactly. I see. It's like a pickup method. That's one of the big reasons why men are interested in zodiac signs in the United States, because they know that majority of women
Yeah.
look at this on a deeper spiritual level.
That's true.
For me personally, it was a pickup method before, but it has developed into a spiritual thing where me being an Aries, I definitely take pride in knowing all the things about my sign. And it actually is very well connected to who I am. And so maybe you agree with you being a Pisces?
Before I met Eric, I don't have any interest in zodiac sign whatsoever. So all I know is my birthday, and that represents that, meaning my birthday equals my zodiac sign, which is Pisces. I introduced that in the beginning of the episode. That's it. And I will look up some information online, like, what is the most common trait about Pisces. I was like, yeah, okay. Everybody talking about Pisces, like we are romantic, we're naive, we're like daydreaming. So those kind of terms are like negative terms based on my understanding. I was like, we are not practical, we're not doing anything about our lives. Every day we just dream about our future sort of thing. But until I met Eric, who is very passionate about zodiac signs, so he helped me to look at those zodiac signs at a deeper level, like what he just mentioned. So it depends on how you use those kind of, how do I say, the traits. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like daydreaming. So I usually have a lot of ideas. So you can look at it as a good trait. And I'm romantic. Yeah, I'm usually really good at romantic dates or like some ideas for a romantic dinner. And we're naive. Yeah, we trust people. We're kind. So it's like you can look at it in a deeper level, and Eric can tell you everything about this, which like we say, we're posting on buymeacoffee.com/Taiwanica. So when I look at that, I was just like, it's actually quite interesting, and I found deeper connection to it, because before I was only understand my own zodiac sign at a very surface level. Now I can look deeper into it and I decided to quite understand myself more. Like, like the weakness, and I understand, sometimes I feel this way is because of my weakness. How do I change that? So it actually is a really good tool, I would say, to help me to understand myself in a deeper level and somehow connect to this sign, because it's being called sign. So yeah, it's quite good.
And so that leads me to a question.
Yep.
Is it the same with Chinese zodiacs?
That's totally different.
Oh, really? So how does it work with Chinese zodiacs?
Chinese zodiac just represent two things, not even the second thing that much. Just represent the year that you are born. Like I am monkey. I also mentioned about that, and Eric's a goat. Yeah. So the first one we use it just to see which year you are born.
Okay.
That's it. Do we use it to represent a person's personality? Not so much. If we do that, we would just, again, talking about very surface level. For example, my mom is a tiger. So she's always been very proud of being a tiger, because she is very proud of being a tiger, because she's proud of her personality as being ferocious. So
That's true.
Yeah. So those kind of more significant traits and feature, we will make the connection. Like, you like eating, you're a pig, or you're naughty, you're skinny, you're a monkey, which is my mom always told me. Or, you like to talk, you're a rooster, or you are such a coward, and you are the rat, and you're hardworking because you are an ox. So we have 12, right? Just like the Western zodiac. In Chinese zodiac, we also have 12 signs, and each sign is of the animals, right? So each one will have a significant trait. We'll use it to describe the person who is also having the same signs. Like goat is like, I don't know what goat is.
We're determined.
I don't think so.
And we're ambitious. And we're money makers.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. We will have those one significant ones represent the animals. If you are that in that zodiac sign, Chinese zodiac sign, then people will just make the connection simply just like that. And the second one we will be talking about, we don't really talk about our Chinese zodiac. The other one is like, we will ask, what's your zodiac sign to know about your age? Because we'll make it's easy to make the calculations like that. So it's like more like a measurement.
And how do you do that? I've seen Taiwanese people do something crazy with their hands. They're always like this, moving their hands.
Okay,
really
let me
rapidly.
show you. Okay. Because I'm a monkey, right? So I know how old I am. I'm a monkey, I'm 31. So I was, what's your Chinese zodiac?
Oh, I'm a goat.
I'm a goat. So I'll do like
You're a goat.
You are a goat. So I'll be like 鼠牛虎兔龙蛇马羊猴.
Yeah.
A yang and ho, right? So we know that you are 1 year older than me.
Young ho.
No, because it has order that if you...
So that's how you do it. You just did the whole thing.
Yeah, we just counted. And if someone is a rooster, and then they'll go like 鼠牛虎兔龙蛇马羊猴鸡. So I know the G is 1 year younger than me.
Oh.
Like this.
That's really cool.
Yes. Because we have orders, those 12 Chinese zodiac sign has orders. So it's very easy to calculate your age.
That's really interesting.
Just using yourself as a standard and then just to compare. On the other hand, the Western zodiac sign cannot do this because it doesn't represent how old you are, just the date.
It's based on your month and day. Yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Yeah, no wonder why whenever I ask a Taiwanese woman their Chinese zodiac, they're very hesitant to tell me because they're like, oh, then you're going to know how old I am. I'm like, I actually have no idea how that works.
Or sometimes we'll be like the other way around. Like we'll ask, oh, how old are you? And they'll be like, 我属鸡. Just tell me the Chinese zodiac.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't know that. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
So that shows that this is more age affiliated, and also there are some traits that are connected to the Chinese zodiac, but there are not deeper traits that are commonly known, right? Like I said, with our traits, like there are many that you can connect with the Western zodiacs that everyone can connect with. But with the Chinese one, it's like maybe one primary trait that everyone knows for sure. That's interesting.
Yeah, because if you look deeper, our Chinese zodiac sign really doesn't represent that much about who we are because it just represents the year that you were born, right? And the whole year, like the Western zodiac sign, if you're born in February, compared to someone who was born in October, there was like a huge time difference. So they will, they will determine your either personalities or your, if you're talking about that, you're talking about the fate. If somebody was just born in this certain month, they will be just lazier than whoever was born like the different time, But the whole year, like you said, whole year, 12 months, it's, it could change a lot. So, like I said, the Chinese zodiac sign just represents the year that you were born. So if you look at it, it just doesn't really tell that much about your personality.
So why is it bad luck for someone to be like, let's say, for example, I'm the year of the goat, and it is the year of the goat. Why is this a bad luck year for me?
We'll be right back.
I really like journaling, but I always end up with no time or cannot find a journal that I really like. So I was like, hey, let me create one. So here it is, a self-help journal created and designed by Anita. Inside the book, I provide very simple and easy to follow template. For example, in the morning, to-do list. In the evening, gratitude practice. So you can use a very little time to start this healthy habit. Go ahead and check it out in our description down below or go to our buymeacoffee.com. Okay, so it's talking about these traditions and customs in Taiwan. I think it also exists in a lot of Asian culture, which is, again, we're looking at the Chinese New Year, okay? Our years based on the lunar calendar, so we're talking about the Chinese New Year. Or you want to call it Lunar New Year, it's also okay. There is a thing called 太岁.
Okay. What's Tai Sui?
太岁 is actually a god. It's a star. You know, the mythology, Chinese mythology.
Okay.
He's a star. He's a god. So each year will have different 太岁, meaning, just like you say, the year of goat. So the goat will be the leader of the year.
Okay.
Okay. So if you are the same Chinese zodiac sign, just like you are the goat, then you will be considered as 犯太岁.
Fun, Tai Sui. So like I'm against
And
Tai
you're
Sui.
offending. You're not just against, you're also
I'm gonna get you.
offending.
I'm offending him.
You're offending him based on our traditions.
I'm so sorry. Tai Sui.
That's right. That's why we have to do some ritual
Oh.
to be safe in the year.
So I have to go say sorry
Basically.
for being me. I'm sorry. I'm me.
I was
Forgive me.
for being me.
Exactly.
It's a very broad idea. Basically, let me go back a little bit. Like everybody was talking, every time I ask about people's religions in Taiwan, they don't know which one are they. They're either thinking about maybe I'm a Buddhist, maybe I'm Taoist, I don't know. And I look into these religions. Right, you have a lot of students who have some question
Yes.
problems. And so I looked deep into it. I found this really cool, which I didn't even notice that because I don't have any religions. So they're talking about the religions in Taiwan. It's actually called folk, F-O-L-K, folk religions,
Oh.
which is we have this God that we pray to. But we are not praying to this God to achieve a spiritual level. If you look at the religions world, most of the religions are achieving the spiritual level, you know, like please pray me to become a better human beings or, you know, have a better behavior, better thinking, whatever like that. But in Taiwan's culture, we are normally pray for health. It's usually like those three most common things is go pray for your health, either your health or your parents' health, your friends' health, your kids' health, just health. The second one is longevity.
Oh, longevity.
I wanted to live forever. I wish my parents can live forever until, especially they like the number 120 years old.
Wow, that's a good number.
Yes.
I'm going to do it too. Longevity.
Yes. And the last one is prosperity.
Prosperity. Ooh, my favorite word.
Please give me as much money as possible.
Cha-ching.
Yes. So this kind of religion is called folk religion.
Ooh, I like this kind of religion.
Yeah. I think that explains it. We are Taoists or Buddhists. We are this in these religions. So back to the Tai Sui topic.
Yeah.
Again, I mentioned about that we are asking for health, longevity, and prosperity. If you are blessed by the God that you are followed, that's our goal, basically. That's our religion's goal. So back to this Tai Sui. Tai Sui is the God who usually in charge of blessing people. But once the year, again, as an example of we just mentioned earlier, the year of goat. This goat is the Tai Sui of that year. He's the leader. And if you are the same zodiac sign as this god, you'll be considered as a zodiac 犯太岁. Just meaning you didn't even do anything. But you, being who you are, the year that you were born, you're just offending this Tai Sui. So there is a thing you can change that.
Tell me how.
It's called pray Tai Sui.
Pray Tai Sui.
Yes, basically just go to the temple.
Okay.
And telling the temple or just go to the temple. There will be someone who knows how to take care of this kind of thing. You just go to the temple and they will ask you about your information, like the day that you were born, the year. They will asking for your birth chart, you know, like everything they need, and you give it to them, and they will use this information to tell Tai Sui, which is the god of the year, say, oh, this person is very, very sorry. very, very sorry about
Taiwanese accent activated.
I'll try my best. This person is very, very sorry. He feels sorry. He know he was, he didn't mean to you. So please bless him again. So the God, again, like I said, Tai Sui is in charge of blessing people, give people good blessing. So the Tai Sui will be like, okay, this person is sorry and about the things that he didn't do. So, okay, I will bless him
All
again.
right. I'll give you all what you want. You
Yes.
want health, I give you health.
Yes,
you
so-
want to live long, give you long. You want money, I give you money.
Yeah, like I'm not so sure if it's the case, but
Well,
he wouldn't, causing you too much trouble because
you wouldn't take them away.
yes, because based on the tradition is like if you're fan tai sui, again, if you do anything about it, you might have some accident happen to you.
Right. That like the law of the universe. It's like if you
Yeah.
do negative things, then or you are negative to him, then negative
you
things will happen to
to
you.
you.
So how do you become pro? How do I become pro Tai Sui?
There is no pro tai sui kind of thing.
Dang it. Be like Tai Sui, Tai Sui, Tai Sui,
There's no such things like that.
Well, at least I tried.
Yeah, so if you don't get the Tai Sui's blessing, you might have some bad relationship. Their
Oh.
boyfriend, girlfriend will break up with you, or you'll be suffering a lot of like health condition or
Oh.
things like that.
No money.
So nobody wants to be ban Tai Sui.
Yes.
So they will be doing the pray Tai Sui ritual.
To remove the fan, the anti.
Yes,
It's basically like erasing it.
yes.
Okay.
And it's like an annual ritual, so you just have to do it in the beginning of the Chinese New Year.
Every 12 years.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Understood. So when it is the year of the monkey or the year of the goat, we will go to Taiwan and do the erasing the fan. Tai Sui.
If you follow the tradition,
I am totally following this religion.
Okay.
So every year of the goat, you can find me
In the
at the temple. Find the foreigner with long hair that looks like a goat. You'll find me there.
Hello，各位喜欢 Taiwanica 的粉丝，大家好，我是 Anita。是不是觉得 Taiwanica 非常好笑，非常有教育意义，而且每次都可以学到东西呢？如果你也是这样认为的话，赶快来上我们 buymeacoffee.com /Taiwanica 来成为我们的会员，成为专属的 Taiwanican。在这个 buymeacoffee.com 页面上，我们会提供更多、更深入、更不一样、更多元化的话题，可以让你们更了解 Eric 跟 Anita 私底下是什么样的人。除此之外，我们还提供了很多像我们私人的一些服务、课程等等方面的。想要更多的讯息呢，赶快上 buymeacoffee.com /Taiwanica。成为专属会员之后呢，未来我们会不定时举办 Q&A， 或者是1个月一次的跟粉丝见面、跟聊天的机会哟。非常非常多专属的内容提供给你，所以如果你真的很喜欢 Taiwanica 的话，欢迎来上 Taiwanica 的 Buy Me a Coffee 的页面。再说一次，网址是 buymeacoffee.com /Taiwanica。我们在上面等你们哦，快点来！ You find me there.
All right.
Find Eric there.
Thank you so much. Well, you
Yeah.
have to be there because I'm there. So
I have to be the translator.
yes, exactly. So very interesting.
Yeah.
I learned a lot today. I also know a little bit about Chinese astrology because in the United States we find it to be very interesting just because the animals are cute. It doesn't have like a really deep meaning in the United States
Yeah.
unless you know about Asian culture. So like me, I'm very familiar with that stuff just because of my background. But for a lot of people, it's something that they're not familiar with. So we just kind of look at it as like you just said, the general traits of the Chinese zodiac. So like if I see the goats, that's why I know I'm like very determined. That's pretty much all I know. For everybody else, it's just kind of like that.
Yeah.
And so it's very interesting for us when we look at it, but it's very mysterious. So it's a very good explanation that you gave us today about how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah. So I do want to share something about the Western zodiac. Now that we've kind of dived in, we have an idea of what we're talking about for both sides, and I want to give you, the listener who is not familiar with Western background of the zodiac, a little detailed explanation. So in the United States, this has become a very popular phenomenon where we not only know what our zodiac is, we also have two more levels to it that can really specialize your specific sign. Okay, and I'm not going to get too deep into this. If you want to have a personalized zodiac analyzed examination, you can ask me on our buymeacoffee.com/Taiwanica. I do offer this as a service in the live coaching platform, so you can check that out. We'll have the link in the description, but I'll give you a general idea right now. The three common things that every American knows are your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign. Okay, so what are these? A sun sign is the sign that you're born with. So, like Anita said, she's a Pisces. Eric, me, is this Aries, okay? This is our sun sign. This is the sign that we are born with on the day we are born, okay? Now, we know this is our general traits, the things that we can see. So Anita is a daydreamer, okay? She loves to sleep. She loves to dream. She loves to eat. She loves the sensations that make her satisfied. This is very passionate, very stubborn, very emotional. And so we are very common to see as people you probably have to be very patient with, but know that if you become friends with us, we are very good friends and funny. But that's just on the outer level of who we are.
We are peeling the onion.
Yeah, we're peeling the onion. So moon sign, the second one, is your emotion sign. Okay, so what does that mean? That means that when you are expressing yourself on an emotional level, happiness, sadness, anger, fear, you have your own specific sign for this specific part of your astrology. Okay, so to give you a specific example, I am a Cancer moon sign. Okay, I'm not going to share Anita's because that will be on Taiwanica, Buy Me a Coffee. But mine is Cancer. So what does that mean? Cancer is an extremely emotional moon sign. So because I have this emotion as a Cancer, it's kind of like when you look at a regular Cancer on the outside. But so if you see that Cancer and you see them, oh, you know that person is very kind and quiet and they're very emotional, but they don't express those emotions. They're thinking them, but they're not saying them. It's the opposite when you're doing the moon sign. So whenever I am feeling something, I'm feeling it like how a Cancer feels on the outside, but on the inside. So if I'm feeling like really emotional, I'm going to express it. Or if I'm feeling very upset, I'm going to express it. I do the opposite of what a Cancer would do. So to give you a converse example, if a Cancer is an Aries moon sign, okay, maybe Aries, what they do is they show their anger, they show their frustration, they show how stubborn they are. But Cancers don't do that. But if they are a Aries moon sign, then they will do that. They will also express that. Okay, so
Interesting.
just showing the emotions. Okay. Last one is the rising sign. Okay, rising sign is decided based on where you are born. Okay, I forgot to
Where?
Where.
Okay.
So for example, Anita, you were born in New Taipei City.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to talk about Anita's rising sign. Anita's rising sign is...
I have no idea.
You don't know what your rising sign is?
I don't know. I told you I don't.
Wow. So
I don't do
pretty
zodiac
sure
signs.
Anita's rising sign is a Scorpio. Okay, and so because Anita's rising sign is a Scorpio, what does this mean? Okay, Scorpios, if you look at a Scorpio's general ideas, is that they are very intelligent. They are very intelligent. They are very passionate people about their intelligence. Okay, so they take pride about knowing things in a specific area. But their negative trait is that they are very grudgy. They like to hold on to grudges. And so if someone does something wrong to a Scorpio, they'll remember.
Watch out.
Yeah, they'll remember forever. And so you have to be very kind to Scorpios. Otherwise, things could get really bad. But the good news is that Scorpios are very loving and very easy to get along with people. Just never try to do something bad to them and you'll be fine. But so let's get back to the rising sign part. Rising sign is how you present yourself to people for the very first time. Okay, so when you feel like you're being a very different person when you're meeting someone, you feel like you're like actually not who you are. Well, it's technically true because you are pretending to be a different sign to represent yourself as an icebreaker. And for some reason, this personality is very different from yours. Well, it's your rising sign. So if you know what your rising sign is, you actually just discovered what is your icebreaker, meeting someone for the first time personality. And so,
Interesting.
yeah. And so Anita is a Scorpio, very different from a Pisces. Pisces are usually pretty quiet, they are very open-minded, and they will tell you the truth almost instantly. Scorpios are very intelligent icebreakers, so they will tell you lots of knowledge and facts and try to connect with you on a logical level. So the way that they approach things are very different when they first meet someone. So this is something that you can take advantage of if you know what yours is. So the last thing I want to share is, how do you know what yours is? Well, there are lots of ways to find out, but there are a few apps that you can find online. If you have an iPhone, they have a great app for that too. If you type in astrology, there's a few that you can definitely find. I personally like Cosmo. It's a nice app to be able to find out your sign. And I feel like there is another one.
I think it's just called Star.
Star. Yeah, so if you look up Star or Cosmo, I think there's also another one that's called CoStar, but...
CoStar.
CoStar is also great.
I love it.
Yeah, so if you look up any of these, I think CoStar is probably going to be the most accurate if you are a beginner, because you can put in all of your information. Now, definitely call mom and dad for your birth certificate because you're going to need to know a few things on that piece of paper, like where were you born and what time you were born. These are very crucial to be able to know exactly what your sign is. If you don't know these and you guess, be careful. You might find information that's not accurate to your sign, and you'll always question, like, really? Really? Am I really like a Leo rising? Or am I a Pisces moon sign? That seems really weird. So just keep in mind that this information needs to be very accurate for it to work effectively. But keep in mind, this is all stuff that we can also share with you if you are interested in checking it out on buymeacoffee.com. So yeah, that's basically the general idea of astrology in the United States. Sun sign, moon sign, rising sign. If you know these three, you're pretty much good to go in making friends in the astrology world, in the Western zodiac world.
Thank you so much for sharing. I didn't know what the sign, those three signs that you just mentioned. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, sure. It's something that I definitely take passion in, and it's really fun to share with other people because it always blows their mind when they tell me they're three, and I'm like, oh, you're kind of like this, right? And they're like, Jesus, Eric, it's like you know me better than half of my friends.
I thought you were going to say my parents.
Well, definitely. I mean,
probably, right?
Friends definitely know you better than your parents do. So yeah, that's definitely how it always works out. It's fun. It's definitely fun. So if you learn this, definitely give it a try with your friends too. You would be surprised at their reactions. So the last thing I want to share is something a little bit crazy, okay? And so if you are someone who's listening right now that is really passionate about zodiacs, which I'm sure some of you are, most of this information might not be news to you. So if you're looking to take it to another level, just so you know, there is a way to combine your Chinese zodiac with your Western zodiac. So you can basically look it up on Google. There are a lot of websites for this. You just say, what is my Western zodiac and Chinese zodiac together? You have to put them together. So for example, I'm a goat. So I would say, what is a Aries goat sign with a Chinese goat sign together? And then there will be a few websites that pop up. I don't remember any of them off the top of my head. But what happens is that you will find your details even more accurate than you would ever imagine. It's scary stuff. I don't know.
That's crazy.
Yeah. You're looking up some like really philosophical, like the prophets that you see in the Taiwanese streets who read your palms kind of level of accuracy when you look that stuff up. So to tell you what my animal is completely different. I'm a catfish. If you don't know what I'm a catfish.
You are a what?
A catfish.
Why are you
I'm a meow and a blue lizard.
Why
If you don't know what those sounds are, check out our animal or pet episode on Taiwanica. But yes,
What?
it's very different, right? I forget, how do you say catfish in Chinese?
鲶鱼.
Yeah, exactly. 鲶鱼, that's what it was.
You were 鲶鱼.
I don't know. I don't know. But when I read the details about 鲶鱼, like a catfish, I was really shocked at like how accurate it was.
How deep.
It's so deep. Like it tells me what kind of professions I'm good at. It tells me what kind of people I'm good at making friends with.
Wow.
It tells me who I am, so it told me I'm a person that likes to stay at home. I like to write. I like to make good relationships with only a few people. And I am very homebound. And so when I read all of those things, I was like, yes, so it's so accurate. It's scary. It's scary.
Now I see I only sees catfish.
Yeah, I definitely look like a catfish, don't I? Yes.
No.
If you're watching the video, she's playing with my mustache. Okay. Well, that's
cool.
the last thing I wanted to share today.
That's really fun. Thank you so much for sharing. It's like wonderful. I didn't even know about that. I learned a lot today from you, Eric. It's great.
You're welcome. It was my pleasure.
Because normally when he started talking about a zodiac sign, my brain is just like daydreaming,
Pisces,
typical Pisces. I was like, yeah. Just like I don't really listen to it. But today I
used to it.
So today I was surprised. Is it the first time you told me this, or you told me that before?
I've told you that before.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I'm used to it.
That's really good. I should pay more attention to you.
All right. Well, I hope you all pay attention too. Unless you're a Pisces, then I know you didn't. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, definitely let us know and become a Taiwanican. So much peer pressure in this episode. I mean, seriously. But for goodness sakes, become a Taiwanican. Come on.
Yeah, seriously. And, we just wanted to... I know I really wanted to say this thing in the show because I know Taiwanese people tend to be shy. We normally don't take the first step, even making new friends or whatever. So we are here. I am the one who's doing the Instagram account. I've been checking on your Instagram. If you see the Taiwanica account checking on your Instagram, that's me. Okay. The reason why I'm doing that because I wanted to know more about my people. Like, just like building a tribe, a community. I care about those people. I care about you. And I was looking at those kind of things, and I wish I could get the same feedback. I know you guys cared about us, but feel free to reach out. We are your friends, so I understand we have this kind of like a shyness. We don't really being active on any kind of things, but I just wanted to share that I'm guaranteeing you, I'm begging you to reach out, please.
You heard it here.
We want to be friends. We wanted to build this kind of concept like a family, a community. That's the reason why we wanted to start to building this buy me a coffee group of people. Like that's what we call it in the Taiwanican. We just wanted to know that you are part of our big family. We appreciate you. You are the reason why we put on so much effort to make each and every single episode. So we just wanted to know that you guys are into what we are doing and to join this big community, and we are willing to give more. We are willing to, put much effort to share our embarrassing stories, or like, in the deeper levels, trying to connect with you in like a friend's level, So that's really the true meaning. It's not like we want you to pay the money or whatever. Is no, if we really wanted you to pay the money, we would be charged for our podcast for a long time ago. So I just really wanted to push this idea. So the next time when you hear us say buymeacoffee.com/Taiwanica, it's all love and care. Okay, this is just the last thing I really wanted to say.
Just so you know, Pisces, when they express love and care, is with a lot of passion. That sounds very angry, but
it's not.
It's not. It's true passion. It's just love and passion.
Yeah.
Trust me, I'm married to her. So all that she said right now was pure love. Okay,
Yeah.
so
It's
definitely.
not easy for me to get angry unless it's Eric, right?
Save me.
In the real life, I'm like, as any of my students, they know it's not very easy for me to get angry. So I'm not an angry person.
I wish I were you guys.
So buymeacoffee.com/Taiwanica.
Fist bump. That was great. You did a great job. I think that was awesome. Well said. Mic drop. Okay. You heard it here. Taiwanica is here for you. So please show your love. We would love to hear from you, talk to you, know you. We're coming to Taiwan.
Yeah.
We would love to meet you.
Yes.
So the only way to find out if you're going to come visit us is by going to buymeacoffee.com/Taiwanica. All right, we've said it too many times. It's time for us to go. We'll see you in the next episode.
See ya.
Bye.
Thanks so much for tuning in to Taiwanica. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to rate, subscribe, and leave a review wherever you listen to your podcasts. That helps others find the show, and we greatly appreciate it. Thanks again for listening, and we'll catch you in the next episode.